Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
Dave, I have an incredible follow-up here.
Indeed.
On the Putin-Elton John situation. It turns out that, yes, that first phone call to Elton John was by pranksters. And well, first of all, let me fill everyone in.
Yeah, please.
Elton John said that he called Putin's attitude towards gay rights ridiculous, and he said he wanted to meet Vladimir Putin. Then he got a call from who he thought was Putin, but it wasn't. It was pranksters, and he said something. He put out a statement like that he thanked Putin for reaching out to him. The Kremlin was like, whoa, 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 this never happened. And I said that I don't think Putin will ever meet with Elton John. Well, I'm wrong. Vladimir Putin, according to the Kremlin, has agreed to meet with Elton John and has said, don't be offended by the pranksters. They are going to meet and discuss any issues of interest. And so, incredible, Dave, that this is happening. I think that there are very few gay rights activists in the world who could pull something off like this. And you have to have this level of celebrity, I guess, in order to make it happen. And
absolutely. And I am fascinated to know. I mean, to be a fly in the wall during that meeting would just be amazing.
Yeah, it is going to be amazing. I doubt we will have a transcript, but I'm sure Elton John will kind of tell people about what happened in the meeting. Will this achieve anything in terms of gay rights in Russia?
Probably not, no.
Okay. That's our prediction. I'm with you on that one. So I'm wondering what will happen. And I wonder if Elton John will be bullish in this meeting with Putin. And I wonder if he will reveal to everyone what Putin has said.
I think
so. It would be. I hope so too. I think it'll be really insightful, unless Putin is counting on that and doesn't say much. It's we'll see. It's quite the situation. Elton John and Putin, best friends forever. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of those North Korea situations, like Kim Jong-un and Dennis Rodman. Dave, these guys are going to be best friends, and then Elton John is going to start drinking in Russia. He's going to defecate in the hallway and get kicked out.
Somehow I think that the Elton John will handle himself a little differently than Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I think so. Here's a story about a great American in Texas who vandalized his own truck with Black Lives Matter spray paint and anti-police tags, and then blamed it on Black Lives Matter activists. He also managed to raise almost $6,000 on GoFundMe to repair his truck.
What gave away that it wasn't Black Lives Matter protesters, that it was like rural Texas where there are no Black Lives Matter protesters?
That had something to do with it. And I guess he just couldn't maintain a consistent story, even about something this simple. It shows you how smart this guy is when you can't even get your facts straight on what really is the easiest lie to tell in the world.
Yeah, I came out and this is what was there. I don't know anything else. Where was it parked? Yes. Home. That's it. That's the whole story.
It seems like he wanted to add some extra damage to the truck that he didn't tell police initially about, and then the police show up and things look a little different. And then, anyway, the guy's clearly a complete idiot. And so, yeah, the way he described things and what happened raised some red flags, and now he has been arrested. He said, the police said that he's been arrested for filing a false report. And he says that in his initial report to the police that he was targeted for having, what did it say, Blue Lives Matter or Police Lives Matter, which he put on the back of his truck.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it just fell apart.
This is what we actually call a false flag attack.
Yeah, this is the real thing. And it's much easier to orchestrate when it's you, your truck, and a can of spray paint. But yeah, let's get into it, Dave. Let's get into this conspiracy, because here is the next level of insanity when it comes to what's it called? Geoengineering or environment. What do they call it?
Yeah, they call it geoengineering. This is the same sort of line of thinking as the chemtrails people.
Yes, and it's all connected. Now they are saying that the drought in California is part of this conspiracy, or it is a product of this conspiracy. So the conspiracy starts with this geoengineering thing. People are claiming that the government is spreading metal particles into the atmosphere in an attempt to slow down global warming, and that this is wreaking havoc with the planet. And it's coming from planes, and that's the contrails you see. It's supposed to be chemicals and metals and all sorts of things that are being released into the atmosphere. And people in California are now claiming that the drought is a result of this. Now, presumably, these people live in California and are aware that it has not been raining.
So
Is
it's
that-
not, but so you're not saying that they think the drought is fake. They're just saying it's caused by the geoengineering.
That is, yes, that's what's going on. But they live in California. There has not been any rain. Don't they realize that? I mean, how does that factor into their theory?
Well, if I put myself in the place of the conspiracists, it would be the release of the heavy metals for geoengineering. The heavy metals are absorbing the rain, and it's preventing any rain from getting down onto the ground.
Okay, so the heavy metals are preventing rain.
Maybe.
Yes. Well, I guess that would make sense. I mean, from their point of view, that would be the angle.
You have to sort of buy into the internal logic of these things to even be able to think about it, you know? Like, obviously, the entire thing is ridiculous, but if we grant that there is a geoengineering conspiracy going on, then it's very easy to come up with how that would connect to the California drought. Yes.
And so I love the hatred mails we would get about this type of stuff, this Alex Jones stuff. It really is incredible. Why is it human nature, seemingly, to latch on to these ideas and just I don't know, and not be able to let go? It just seems like it is a human trait, right?
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest factors at play, and I bet most conspiracy theorists would not admit this, but I think that a real factor at play is many people would rather believe that our planet, our lives, are not left to chance to any degree. So instead of believing that any day you could go to school and a nut with a gun will come in and shoot 20 kids, right? You would rather not believe that all of a sudden, some place where people have comfortably lived for a long time, that place might have no water. Instead of believing that, it's almost better to believe that it's all controlled. It's just that it's the government who has set this stuff up. To some extent, I think conspiracy theorists seek explanations that remove randomness, and I think that is desirable to many people.
Mm-hmm. So you have people here who are claiming to be experts and done all the research necessary. Meanwhile, the academics and actual professionals are saying that this is completely ridiculous. Yet for some reason, there are people who gravitate to the people who have no background, who have no real evidence, who have no credentials.
And when you point that out, the conspiracy theorists have an answer. And you know what it is, Louis?
They're all in on the conspiracy?
Right. The so-called experts can't be trusted because they're just parroting what the government is telling them to say. You can only trust the people who are doing independent research who happen to have no actual training as scientists. And if people want to see an example of this on our show, I don't remember if it must be around 2 years ago now, a little less maybe. I think we were in New York at the time. Dane Wigington, who's a chemtrails conspiracy theorist, was on the program. And he just lost it on me, saying that I was doing a hit piece, and afterwards he wrote all sorts of blogs and stuff. If you just go to our YouTube channel and search for Dane Wigington, Wigington, you will very quickly find an example of this, and you'll see how unhinged they are.
Yeah, if you start to question them, you are attacking them.
Right.
You are trying to determine the truth, but it's an attack of some sort, and you're a terrible person for doing it. And when someone gets that defensive, it really is a red flag. And it's yeah, it was a pretty crazy interview, and the guy completely lost his mind afterwards. But anyway, people are losing their minds in California. So if you live in California and have had to deal with people who think this is happening, let us know. And it'd be great to hear that story. Dave, anything to add?
So tomorrow on the bonus show, we will have a little update about Boston plans, and there is news, and we'll give you the update as far as we have it on tomorrow's bonus show. One thing I want to mention today is we are starting to think about how to institute a membership referral program. And I don't know if we should run some kind of contest where existing members can compete to win a referral contest. I don't know if we should just set up some sort of incentives with regard to gear items or membership discounts. I'm open to many ideas. We've never successfully had a membership referral program. And the last time we tried it, I think we just weren't at the right point in the show to do that. But we're starting to think about that, Lewis. So I would open up ideas to the audience and say, as a member, what would really incentivize you to refer us 1, 2, 3 members that may be friends, they may be family, whatever? Because I think it's time to start using our existing sort of strongest supporters to help us promote the show, because they are the best advocates for what we're doing, right? So I think that if we create something with our members to work in a partnership to grow the membership base, it could be a really successful thing, but it's got to be the right plan.
Agreed. So we will be listening. Let us know.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.